welcome back. Today I'm in the kitchen and according to my apron I am stirring up a little magic. So I'm actually cooking because we have a few friends over for dinner tonight, and I thought I would share the recipe with you because it's one of my favourites. And I'm not sure if I've mentioned before that I am actually a vegan, but I'm doing it's a traditional Portuguese recipe called Caldeirada, and traditionally it's with fish, and before we were vegan we used to do it with chicken. And then when we became vegan, we started doing it with vegan chorizo and tofu, which is what we're going to do today. So it's a super easy recipe. It's one that anybody can do because it is literally layering vegetables and the meat with some stock, some wine, some herbs, and that is it. And then you just put it on the cooker and you cook it as slowly as you can for a few hours, and it is yummy. And then you eat it with some nice fresh bread, and we've got some sourdough. So okay, let's get started. So the recipe is potatoes, tomatoes, peppers, onions, fresh garlic, fresh coriander, the chorizo, the tofu, I think that's it, then the stock and the white wine. But there's no reason why you can't do this with chicken. We used to do it with chicken, it was so good. So basically we would get chicken breasts and we would just slice them into chunks, and then you just layer them on, and you would slice the chorizo as well. So let's prepare it. So you slice the vegetables sort of fairly thin so that you can layer them all nicely in the pan. Anyway, in my last video, I didn't actually mention the fact that I might also include the occasional recipe, because the channel, it's all about creativity, isn't it? So daydreams and curiosities and creativity. And I was thinking, you know, especially being a vegan, when we are cooking food, we do need to be a little bit more creative than normal. So I thought it might be a nice idea to also share some of the things that I like to cook. So that's why I'm sharing this with you today. These peppers we actually got a couple of days ago, all the way from Seville, because we went to Costco, which if you're in the States, you'll know what I'm talking about. So we've been a couple of times. This is the second time that we've been now with some friends, but it was absolutely crazy. It was so busy. It was just jam-packed full of people. I did actually take some footage, which I will share with you, which you can probably see here now. It was crazy, and they had all the Halloween stuff, which was really fun. They had this fabulous, big, huge witch. I've never seen anything like that before, because normally we don't get that kind of thing here. It's very American, really, to celebrate Halloween in such a way. But it was fabulous, but so expensive. It was like, I think I just caught myself with a knife. It was about 300 or 400 euros, I think, for this witch, which was amazing. Actually, maybe it was more. It was a lot of money, but she was fabulous. Okay, this is the bit where I might cry. Hopefully not, because we did choose the sweet onions. Right, what else do we need? So we need some garlic. So before I started filming, I was preparing the dessert, and I have done a mint chocolate cheesecake, all vegan, and that is my favourite dessert to make. Whoops. And if you fancy me showing you how to make that, I can do that in another video. But in the meantime, if I remember, I will share the recipe with you, because it's a recipe that I found online and it's super simple. I do like simple recipes. And the basis of the cheesecake is with silken tofu. While I was preparing the cheesecake, I was listening to one of my, well, if not the one, my favourite all-time ever movie soundtrack. I bet you can guess what it is. Did you guess? Did you? Practical Magic. Of course, what else?
Two beautiful witches.
Woo! Hang on to your husbands, girls.
With one wicked problem.
She has the worst taste in men.
I love that. Love the music. Love the movie so much. It's the best movie in the world. Okay, so I've just put some tomato in the bottom, sprinkled with a little bit of garlic, which I've just realised I've left in slices. Normally I would cut it up a little bit smaller, but never mind. Right, so what else do I need? I need to get the tofu out. I'm literally just layering the food. Let's see if I can show you a bit clearer how well this is going to show. So I literally just layer. No, but the onion is way too thick. It needs to be a bit thinner than that, so that is very thick. Potatoes. Well, then you just keep going with the layers. Let's get some coriander. So what were we saying? We were talking about practical magic, weren't we? That is like, it is the ultimate movie, in my opinion. One of the best movies ever made. It has a fantastic storyline. It's got more than two amazing actresses. I love Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman. And I adore, I can't remember her name. Both of the actresses that played the aunts, they were just fabulous. Loved it. But the music is amazing.
Adder's fork and blindworms sting.
Barbados lime is just the thing.
Friggin' salt like a sailor's stubble.
Flip the switch and let the cauldron bubble.
How convenient!
You're such a silly woman. Put the lime in the coconut and call me in the morning. Yes,
Did you you believe I've never actually read the book, which I'm a little bit ashamed about, because it is such a good story. I really need to pull my finger out and read that. Some pepper and some salt. And then we'll do some more layers.
2 minutes later.
It looks good though, doesn't it? It's one of the nice things about this dish is the colours. If you use red peppers and green peppers and you've got the lovely red of the tomatoes, it just looks beautiful. And I think food that looks beautiful really makes you want to eat it. So next is the stock. So I know a lot of people will make their own. I don't. I love knorr or knorr, knorr. I don't know how you call it. There you go, say it. So I use 2 because it's a big pan and it's a lot, you know, it needs a lot of flavour. I've just realised what I forgot. It's supposed to be olive oil on the bottom of the pan. Okay. Where is my olive oil? There it is. So I'm just gonna. Oh no, it's not gonna get to the bottom. But the olive oil does add something. Oh gosh, what an idiot. I don't think that will be quite enough liquid, but I will be adding some white wine. And I bought this one. I've never had this one before. Bought it from Aldi. But I'll be using some of it in the cooking, and the rest I shall be drinking. Because I do like a glass of wine. And Portuguese wine, if you're not aware, is absolutely delicious. If you haven't tried it, you really should.
We've tried this one. I like this one. Is this one? This is the one, Pat. This one. This is the one, sweetie. This one here. We tried this. Yes. Have this one. Have you tried this one?
Right. I think I might need a little bit more. Let's put a bit more of this in. And we just pour the stock over. Put the pan on. Put it on high just for a minute. A little bit. Okay. So this is, if you're cooking chicken caldeirada, the white wine is really important because it really adds something to the chicken. If you're doing the vegan one, you don't need to add white wine. The first time I made it, I didn't actually have any white wine, so I just put a little bit of white wine vinegar, just a tiny bit, a couple of tablespoons. But it's not really necessary. You can get away with it without. Okay, and then finish off with a bit more pepper. Not too much, just in case somebody doesn't like it. And I think we're good. Once it's boiled, once it starts boiling, then we'll turn it down to low. And we'll literally keep it on really low, on the lowest ring that you have. And just cook it until all the vegetables are ready. So it's mainly the potatoes. So obviously if you're doing a chicken one or a fish one, the chicken needs to be cooked. But literally, I cook it for 2 to 3 hours because I think the longer it's cooked on a slow heat, the better, because all the flavours like really sort of, oh, I can't even think of the words, but it just goes juicy and delicious. But obviously you don't want to overcook it because then the potatoes will go mushy, so you have to keep an eye on it. Also, it's really good if you cook it today and then just heat it up again and have it tomorrow, and then it is really delicious. So that is my vegan caldeirada. I think that's it for now. I'll show you what it's like later when it's all cooked and ready to serve. So I shall see you then. Ciao!